Much better planet. Temper ice cubes bring down the cold. I mean, honestly, it seems reasonable to me. Team of scientists completed mining production. Begin into more research rate. Okay. Due to an increase in temperature, the ice sheet on Mars has melted, raising the albedo from 1.01 to 1.35. This has caused a sudden temperature increase. I thought the albedo was the reflection of sunlight, so wouldn't increasing the albedo make the temperature get colder? I'm clearly incorrect about something. Albedo is the amount of absorption. Okay, so it's the opposite of reflection. I guess it makes sense, because the ice sheets are responsible for reflecting, and when they melt, that's one of the concerns about sort of runaway global warming on Earth, right? Is that the ice sheets melt, we reflect less sunlight, so things get hotter, so more melts, so we reflect less sunlight, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. In a kind of a terrible, vicious circle here. Rolf Pajama, overhaul, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to build some more survey ships, but we might wait for some more tech. Production of research facilities is done. We're going to do a little bit more automated mines. Now, automated mines cost a lot more than regular mines. And so for Earth itself, really, regular mines would be better because we can staff it. But we're not going to be mining on Earth for that long. Earth has an 0.3 albedo, according to Google. Oh. Can you get pills for albedo? Isn't albedo your sex drive? No. You're thinking of as that big bird that flies around the ocean. You know, that one guy, that last mariner killed with a crossbow. That's what an albedo is. Balbo Gamgee has finished a maintenance support tech and is working on ordnance transfer hub. Just some miscellaneous tech we're using to fill in some gaps. Okay, required level. All right, Mars is going a lot faster now. Environment. Well, its population just shot up because it can support more people, which means we have much less of a worker shortage. So now this is happening faster. And oxygen is below 30%. Now that's interesting. The overall colony cost is still 1.9. The only thing hurting us is water availability, but that's less. This is still acting as if our colony cost was a 2. There we go. No, stop. No, seriously. Stop. I think it just hadn't updated. Now our colony cost is indeed 0.9, like 5% less than the water availability problem. Excellent. So we can support a population of up to 60 million, so more people are probably going to make the move here from Earth. We actually have excess of available workers, which is nice. So it's just the water availability that is the hard point right now. So we'll start adding water vapor in here. I don't know how much we need to do. Theoretically, it's going to condense back onto the ground afterwards. So by adding water vapor, we're really increasing the hydrographic extent. I don't think it makes sense to add a maximum atmosphere. I think we're just going to have to babysit this. At most pressure below 1, it's not a problem. Oh, unrest is rising on Mars. Oh, they need 17 protection now, and we only have 12. So yeah, we're going to have to get some more police ships. Colony cost is improving because the water availability is improving as well. So there's water vapor, and then it'll settle down onto the ground at some point. To transport infrastructure to New Belgium. Well, we still need the infrastructure on Mars for now. Technically, we have more than we need, but we're still gonna, the population is still gonna rise, so that's gonna be a thing. Earth, do you have anything stockpiled that we should be looking at moving? No. You have 100 low gravity infrastructure. I think we just started with that. Work your automated mines. Right now, depletion. So the first thing that's going to deplete is the corundium in 2.7 years. Or no, sorry, mercasium in 1.6. And I don't know if we have other mining set up for this. We do have a little stockpile, which is good. Yeah, corundium definitely going down. Oh, it has been a while since we've saved. Thank you. No autosave. I don't think I'm gonna design new warships right now. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna build. Maybe I'll build 2 of our defense ships. So I think the SPC over here. This is our police ship. You can just join the Soul Defense Fleet right away. Great task. And you only have 1 slipway. And right, I can't queue them up. To do that, I mean, 1's all we need. Now, what's the onion of onion? GEV. I think this is our obsolete survey vehicle. Not this. Yeah, geological survey vessel without any sort of jump or anything like that. I think we can obsolete this. Obsolete component. Oh, checkbox over here. Because, you know, why would the UI be consistent about things? Alright, you are obsolete. The Grav survey ship is also obsolete. The Jump Scout, the Hrolf Pajama class, is still possible. But I don't know if we build any more of these. I could insta-build a couple, but I'm not really looking to create more, to explore more jump points right now. I think that's fine. I think this Arturius never... Oh no, Fuel Freighter and the Arturius regular freighter. No, those are still good. Although I should probably have them classified as different categories. I mean, I guess it's just a tanker is what it is. There's going to be a tanker class. Let me move the Lolar over to a proper designation here. There you go. Lolar, you are a tanker! Okay, I think everything in there is reasonable. I mean, things are due for an update, but that's going to have to be that. In terms of sciencing, I want to get new power and propulsion. I mean, there's some little upgrades over here, which would be good. Really, it's like standard fusion reactor will lead to the next drive, which is the magnetoplasma drive. I don't need the ordnance transfer hub. And actually, the xenoarchaeology equipment could be delayed as well. Sadoc's got the best bonus, but can only do 5 labs. I think we'll put Maddox Sackville Baggins with 15 labs and create this. And then we'll unlock the next engine. What I might do, though, is I might want the improved fuel efficiency. Add that to the queue. We might want a few more of these modifiers as well, especially like a civilian engine will benefit a lot from this. And from that as well. Let me just wait here. You want to be a nuclear missile? Oh, you're a tank. Tanks are cool. Stab fleet is done. I don't know, because I think all of our explored jump points now have jump gates on them. We don't have anything else to do with the stab fleet right now. I identify as a nuclear missile. Oh, unrest is right. Oh yeah, no, we know about that. But theoretically, create another one. Unrest should be fine now, shouldn't it? Just barely. Just barely. So yeah, definitely build another ship. Yeah, the population of Mars is growing like crazy right now. How's the environmental situation? Alright, yeah, colony cost continues to drop here as we keep making more water. Yeah, man, I don't think we're gonna have to get to 2/3 or anything like Earth. Make more survey ground teams. Yeah, is there a way to track the progress? Ground-based survey potential completed. Is it though? Good. Okay, it says completed. Oh! Gotta hit refresh. I'm like, but it still shows up in the list, you guys. I don't understand. All right. Troop transport. You are going to pick up these guys off of Venus. Oh, is it highlighted? Wait, is that because of where we are? Because there's ground troops. No, that doesn't make any sense. Must be because of where we are. Anyway, load ground unit, Geo Squad. Then what you're going to do is you're going to yump through to Proxima Centauri. Then you're going to go to New Belgium. And now it allows me to say unload, even though they weren't loaded yet. I'm a little confused. I think Blue is a colony without population. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we're going to ship you off to New Belgium, so we can figure out what's on the ground over there. And because New Belgium had, oh yeah, really low accessibility, but hopefully this survey will reveal something that's pretty accessible. Troop transport has completed orders. You are New Belgium. And it still says good over here. All right. So I wonder if there was an entry in there that did pause. Rolf Pajama has completed that. Maintenance clock. You have plenty of units. You're okay there. We're going to have to watch, though. Political stability on Mars is being a bit of an issue. Yeah, and you need 28. You only got 24. No activity. Oh, but I can't create. No, you must be building. Yeah, there it is. No activity, my ass. There you go. I'm going to build another one. But I think long term, we need a better solution to this. Well, bigger ship with more guns. That'll be a good way to tell people what they should do. Battle fleet over here. Can I can just drag and drop you, right? Put you in the Soul Defense Fleet. Okay. Time for space stations. Because I'm assuming space stations can add a lot of police points, right? I mean, we don't have much in the way of new, like, gun tech either. That's one of the reasons I'm building more research labs, because it's like, we have so much tech that we kind of need. It's going to take us a while to get everything. But I think going automated mines is fine. I do want one more commercial shipyard. That's going to be handy. And then, yeah, just bang out a ton of infrastructure, and that'll basically be done. And we can keep going. Mars, how you looking? Getting better every day. Oh yeah, that's going quick. Research team. Finished the improved research rate, which is nice. It'll do shipbuilding rate, which I think was fairly cheap for us still, so that's going to be nice. Nearly fully livable. Stellarator fusion reactor is done researching. So if we go to research, we are going to do the fuel consumption improvement, because that seems like a really good idea. But then under power and propulsion, magnetoplasma drive technology. Abso-frickin-lutely add that to the queue. In fact, I'm going to pull back on this and add more labs to the power and propulsion researcher. So we can rip through this, get new engine technology, build a new generation of ships. I know we can do percentage-based, but, like, why would I do that? Because, like, you know, it makes sense when I'm building, say, both mining and construction at the same time, because I want to build them side by side, because as you get more construction, you need more mining, but you don't want to mine too fast and just have the minerals sitting around, so it makes sense to sort of do them maybe both at the same time. But otherwise, whether we're doing them in parallel or serially, ultimately the jobs are going to finish at exactly the same time, and it's better to just finish one job as quick as possible, then finish the second job, rather than half finish both jobs and not have anything to show for it. Right? Research. Something just big just finished. Okay, let me max this out. Oh, that was a new terraforming rate. Nice. I'm really curious about the genome sequence research. I'm just gonna put like maybe one lab for a sec. Create that, and we'll see what it leads to afterwards. We've got construction and production active. Defense systems. I mean, we're gonna want to start working on some of this stuff. Shields, better armor. Maybe we'll work on armor first because it's not even a new component. Okay. Energy weapons. We don't have any jobs in here. I mean, I don't know if we're going to focus on, you know, lasers versus particle beams versus this versus that. I don't know what tech we're going to go for. I suppose no matter what, I could probably just research the advanced spinal mount and then look at that. Or turret tracking speed, because we might use turrets regardless of the type that we are working on here. Tell you what, you can do all 5. Because energy weapons, I don't have anyone doing this job. No, that's going to be fine. The EU job is going to be all right. And I don't know what we're gonna queue up after that. Genome research making population more tolerant to the environment. Stop genome. I just want to see what it leads to. I know there's apparently the race design stuff isn't in the game right now, but ground combat. Okay, we've got some things working on there. We've got a logistics program. We don't have a missiles/kinetic weapon research program right now. We're definitely going to want to do missiles at some point. So let's grab some of the miscellaneous missile tech. We'll grab you and Mr. Hornblower over here. Let me just assign one lab for a sec. And I know we've got some whiskey and chocolate. I'll get to you in a second, I promise. Missile agility. What I'm going to do is then queue up also missile reload speed, add Q. These magazine systems are used for missiles as well as just particle weapons. So we got those. Ordnance production, we're going to want some of that. So I'm just going to queue a bunch of this up. Power and propulsion, I have someone working in PP. And then sensors and control system, we don't have anyone working in this category. So let's get you, I'll just set one lab for a second. Create the active grab sensors. We won't do the geological and gravitational ones just because they're so expensive right now. Auxiliary controls for what? Secondary bridge, service of the main bridge. Required for the executive officer position. Minimum rank for the ship command is lowest racial rank +1. Whatever. Queue it up. Beam fire control range. Yeah. Combat information center. Sounds like something we might want. Especially these things that like activate the... Oh, flag bridge so we can have an admiral, right? Kind of thing on one of our ships. Main engineering. Okay, feels to me like sensors and control systems. We've got a lot of work to do for some serious fleets, so we're going to go ahead and add some more labs to that and let them go ahead and do. But we'll work on power and propulsion first. We'll finish the fuel consumption and then go into the new drive technology, and then we're going to design a whole new generation of ships. All right, what was the pop-up here? It's Banana Cabana! Oh! Hey, Quill, finished my rewatch of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 6. I want to amend my previous no-skip opinion and give everyone approval to skip the episode Profit and Lace. Oh, you're saying you shouldn't skip... You were saying before that you shouldn't skip any episodes, and now you're like, hold on. There's a really bad one we should skip. Profit and Lace. Oh! Is that the one where... There's... No. Who am I thinking of? Yeah, no, it is that one! Where Quark, for some reason, turns into a woman? For some reason, which I can't remember why. Yeah. Yeah. I like, a lot of people say skip the one, where we first meet Quark's mother, where they go to Ferengi homeworld, because they find out that his mother's engaged in business, which is so not allowed in Ferengi stuff. I really like that episode. I think it's really interesting. I like the development of the Ferengi lore. And I like, what's his name? Brax? Bront? You know the guy. Someone in chat will get my name, get the name right. Brunt! What is it? Brunt. Not FCC. But, it's the Ferengi Commission of something. FCA! Yeah, no, it was talking. I said last time there's this website that like will give you a ranking of like all the episodes and if in a series, so whether you're talking about next gen or DS9 or whatever, and like if you're watching it and maybe you want to know if some episodes might be safe to skip, they've got that, and they say skip that one. I'm like, no way, man! I love that episode. Oh, we've got a bunch of research labs available again, because. Oh no, they're not available. Never mind. That was before I went and did all this. Excellent. Signed. That commercial shipyard is done on Earth. So what I want to do with this shipyard on Earth, because it starts off very small, is I want to go continual capacity, and hit something like just like 50,000 for now. Boom. Okay. So that'll use some material, but I think we'll be very happy to have an extra shipyard over there. And then otherwise, Earth is going to work on just generating a bunch of infrastructure. Speaking of infrastructure, though, Mars, how you doing? Oh, you're so close. So close to being done. There we go. New defense ship has been built. So, Mars, how you feeling? You need 34. You've got 48. Okay. Oh, it only goes up to Season 5 for DS9. Oh, that's interesting. Is Season 2 where Cisco gets the beard and goes bald? Yeah, I'm not sure when it happened. But it is funny how, like Star Trek, I mean, is literally the trope namer for, like, when a series grows a beard. And that referred to Next Gen and Riker. How all of a sudden, the series got way better at that point, once Riker grew a beard. Okay, fuel consumption is ready. New engine technology is coming up soon. Rolf Pajama declares minerals, unable to carry out standing orders. No suitable destinations, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. What I'm going to do with our one and only survey squad, I'm going to tell you, first go back to Earth. Refuel and resupply. What's your, how's your maintenance clock? Oh, nearly done, actually. So... well, again, let me remove last. Earth. Let's do an overhaul. Reset that. And just in case I need to do it, I'm going to refuel and resupply you. Rolf Pajama is going to do that. Then what I'm going to do is get you to... we're going to jump through the other 2 waypoints near Earth. Because this has its own jump drive. So it should be able to jump through jump point 5 to an unexplored system. Dudes fix everything. I mean, I like mine. But things got better afterwards. Okay. Watch there be, like, horrible aliens there. Grab sensors. Okay, progress over there. That's good. Mars water level. We're just, look, it's very close to being done. Look at this. 0.6. 5, 3, 2, 1. Mars is terraformed! Woohoo! Overall colony cost is 0. No maximum population anyway whatsoever. It currently has an awkward amount of infrastructure. 5,865.6043 infrastructure. So now we're done. We don't have to do anything else on Mars. It's still chilly there. You still have to bring a jacket when you go to Mars, but you're okay. There's a bunch of water vapor. Now, I'm assuming this water vapor will continue to sort of condense and just add to the hygrographic extent instead of being very, very humid. But I will double check later on to see what the situation is, but I think we're good now. So what we want to say here, 5866. So we get that last fractional amount. We're saying we've got all this infrastructure available. Not only that, but we have 50 terraforming installations available. Which is great because New Belgium could use all the infrastructure we've got. And I mean, I think we only have 50, period. But I don't know, I'll ask for like 1,000 terraforming installations as we build them. they will get brought over here. So Proxima Centauri will get its stuff. We've already got a job told, like, add oxygen to the system, although nothing is happening right now because there's no terraforming available. Open the window on Mars, probably rains. It's probably more like snow. Getting maximum value from those floats. Private industry carries odd numbers depending on their cargo size. So presumably there's just a weird number of infrastructure or something left on Earth, or they're currently being shipped, is almost certainly the case. We've got a bunch of infrastructure there. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're mostly waiting for our new engines to finish, which is going to be done in May of 47. So we got a few months to go. Science team, beam fire control range is done. The CIC is starting up. Unable to carry its art. So presumably, we have not. Okay, that's not the button I wanted to hit, but okay. Did its orders get reset after it refit itself? Magnetoplasma drive technology is done. And yeah, now the ship is moving. I think when it did a after, you know, got refreshed or whatever, I think it may have lost its orders. Because it went back to standing orders instead of the one that I had in there. Okay, that's fine. It's going to go and check out this jump point. That's fine. We've got new engine technology. So first of all, going back to, say, power and propulsion, there's a lot of important tech here. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to bang out a bunch of these cheapos. Capacitor recharge rate, sure. I'm going to create that project. Then I'll queue up the drive efficiency, max squadron size, jump radius, engine power modifier, and that one over there. And then, you know what, maybe the minimum power modifier as well, because it's really good for our civilian drives. We're going to have them all up in the queue. But I was going to say, I'm going to start designing ships now. I might wait until the next time we need a ship. Although I might want... Do I want to update our survey ships? We only have a single one right now. We're not really in speed, are we? I refresh over here. Yeah, that planet is done. I just realized. The, this micromanagement of our troops is actually... I come out and say it. Not fun. In fact, it's kind of boring. Whole thing. Very dull. Proxima Centauri Moon 23. Centauri A V Moon 23. This guy over here has some minerals. Oh, see, now it's not giving me the unload option right away. Right, I have to make a colony. Unload all. That's right. And then these two, what I could do is just make a colony for them right away, so I don't sort of forget later. So they're in LaCale. And... Oh, I was hoping I would hide everything except for... I was just hide... Okay, M for minerals. And this has got a potential. Create colony. That was pretty bad, but I'll create a colony anyway. That's those two. And, oh, in Proxima Centauri, there's another one. Moon 35. Is this it? Yeah, right there. We'll create a colony there. Okay, and then we can shuffle our dudes around. Sadly, those filters in top right don't work. Yeah, it turns out those are not filters. They're showing and hiding columns. If I tick off the mineral one, it doesn't show the M for minerals anymore. I don't know how useful that is. It'd be better maybe if they were filters rather than showing columns. How do you get a baby astronaut to sleep? You rocket. There's an M4 in Proxima. I think that's probably this one here, Moon 23, and we're already going towards it. Oh, 30 inactive. Turret tracking speed. Oh yeah, we have no other energy weapons. Okay. Should we just like, I mean, straight up lasers? Who doesn't love just straight up lasers, right? Let's do straight up lasers. So let's research ultraviolet lasers. We're gonna add that project. And then more turret tracking speed, definitely. And then reduced size lasers, sure, maybe. Might be good for point defense type stuff. I guess we could get the advanced spinal mount as well. Laser focal size. Yeah, and I mean, we might do that. Missiles for long range, lasers for short. But in energy weapons, we had to decide what type of energy weapons to progress through. So yeah, we'll have lasers for sort of point defense stuff, maybe. Maybe shooting down enemy fighters if it comes to that. And then we'll use missiles for blowing up big ships. Like the idea of microwave focus, more effective at microwave. Yeah, we get our hot pockets done in 30 seconds instead of a minute. That would be crazy. Okay. Oh. You can only do 5. Yeah. All right, have that. There. Up to 5. All right. Armor. Bring up a little bit. All right. New system of HH Andromeda. It is pretty boring. Not gonna lie. But now it should start doing some automatic surveying, which is gonna be great. I don't know what to do. We found aliens. I've never gotten this far in Andromeda. I have no idea what to do. Oh, these are old damage reports. Those are my ships that just got blown up from age. Okay, it's pretty empty, but not completely empty. So, HH Andromeda, is this related to the name of the species? New alien race. Aliens? Communication status attempting. Flagged on neutral. Nothing we know about them. We know about some of their ship classes. So HH Andromeda aliens, number 199. Ships have a thermal signature of 18. Thermal contact strength 35. We don't know anything that's going on here. Suggest, request, urgently demand leave with threat. I guess this is us telling them they should leave a system. I'm moving, maybe they're dead? No, I don't know. Because there's definitely crap going on here. Okay, so we detected a new ship class. We detected a ship of that class has been detected. We detected the aliens for the first time. New class, new ship, new class, new ship. New alien population has been detected. New neutral ship contact. Thermal 18. They're currently not moving. But new neutral salvo. Neutral! You can tell how neutral they are because they're shooting at us. Now, theoretically, new neutral salvo contact. We could actually see this happening if we just like increment it in some. If you select a system on the left, you can set a demand. Oh. Like this system? Or no, this system. All right. So this system over here, so this is the demand for this system. I see. Now, what kind of info can I get? Can I click? Can I interact? Technology report. That's not what we're looking for. I mean, there's this intelligence window. I guess that's it. I'm like, where's the? Do we have an intelligence window? But it's this. But we don't know. We don't know their technology. Excuse me. We don't actually know anything about their ships. Observed weapons, observed sensors. It's 0 on all of them. Same thing with like the planets. Thermal contact. But something theoretically fired at us, right? 16 times, 17 times. These are salvos. They're traveling at 32,000 kilometers a second. Right? Hit the communication button at the bottom. Communication attempts already underway. Right, over here. Now, Hrolf Pajama, I'm going to tell you to come home. Now, these guys may or may not have... hold on, remove all. Standard transit. They may or may not have jump tech. I don't know. You haven't seen them go anywhere. That's why their thermals are so low, right? Because their engines aren't lit. Yeah, so we need better sensors, maybe with cloak and things. If we could just sneak through here with a little jump ship with amazingly good sensors. We have sensors and control system. We are working on some things in this category. Now, are we working on them in the right order? We just have very good communication lasers. So if I just advance, like... Oh my god, they're firing so many things! That was just 5 seconds later. Boop! Another 5 seconds. Oh, they're coming. Oh no, they're coming! 70,000 kilometers a second. Not meters per second. Wait, what? Hold on. The Hrolf Pajama has a top speed, kilometers per second. 1.4k. This is 70k. So, holy shit. 51 nuclear detonations. Wow. 70 kilometers a second. That's a good fractional light speed. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's like all those scenes in BSG where terrible things start to happen. Okay, well... It's right by Neptune. Well, I mean, it's going to orbit, but it's right out by Neptune's orbit. Should I get my ships to stand on top of this? Feels like first contact went well, yeah. At 70k, you don't even need explosives. That's true. You can just, like, kinetic kills. Just to say, our Soul Defense feat, let's do a few things. First of all, do you have standing order? Supply points, fuel points, resupply, refuel. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to tell you to hang out over here. So we could do, like, picket. Like, you can just move to it, but picket, you'll just keep sort of, like, orbiting around, right? A little bit at a certain speed. So maybe you have a little bit of dodging going on. First of all, if your sensors aren't already on, turn them on. And then hang out by the Andromeda waypoint, in case they can jump through. What counters nuclear missiles? I guess point defense guns. But yeah, we're obviously going to have to start designing a new ship. Our first proper warship. And I would still like... So our jump scout over here was never really, I mean, it was a survey ship. It was never a scout. It was always a survey ship. I guess I could have made a class, like a jump survey ship kind of class or whatever, but it's gonna, at a certain point, it's gonna start to be assumed that it's that. I don't know if we have to redesign the Hrolf Pajama. It did have some thermal sensors built in. We can design active sensors as well, right? Because we don't... Oh, we do generate thermal sensors. Or design thermal sensors. And size. Oh my god, I have no idea. Yeah, I need a cloak for the survey. I mean, maybe. But just a cloaked sort of jump spotting ship would also be really cool. I don't think we have cloaking technology. First of all, is that something that you individually design? Yeah, cloaking device. Yeah, we don't have... There's 2 categories of cloaking stuff we don't have access to. As is. Okay, well, this all of a sudden is taking a big back seat. Ordnance Transfer Hub, we will actually need that at some point. Missile agility, shipbuilding rate. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some points into our missile agility. So this is going to be done in August of this year. We're currently in June. And the lasers are coming up. Oh, they're quite far away, although we could... Actually, we can't add any more labs. So really, we're not going to get any better laser tech than we've got now for a little bit. We got some people who have jumped onto launch pods, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work, given the huge nuclear blast wave that's probably happening. Thermal sensors, EM detection sensors, and then active sensors. We're going to need all of them. Now, we have... One of the sensors did get designed. I think it was just a thermal sensor. Yeah. We don't have any EM sensors, or... We do have an active search sensor put in here. We might still want to redesign... Oh, right, because we have this active sensor on our system patrol crafts. But that's it. So there's 70 million meters per second, and the speed of light is 300 million meters per second. So yeah, that is a huge fraction of c. Well, okay. We're making a new ship class. It is going to be our first military ship. I don't know. Let's just consider, like, we'll just arbitrarily choose a ship size. This is going to be a destroyer. We're very arbitrary as to what we're naming this first ship size, but we need something that destroys. We have new engine technology. Ooh, Ion Fu. Hey, Ion Fu! Would an infestation of worms be called a colon colony? Or maybe just space invaders? Ew! Ew! Oh, that's so gross. I love it. Hang on. If we look at our engines, we do have that new engine. Yeah, magnetoplasma drive technology. That's great. I don't know, like, speed-wise where we want to be. I mean, I could go for a max power engine for our military ship. The engine consumption goes up, or the fuel consumption goes up a lot faster than engine power. So this is really fuel inefficient, but would be a much speedier ship. I mean, you want the best engine consumption, that's fine. We could reduce the thermal signature, which I think might force it to become... Okay, it does use more material. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. For our military ships, they're probably going to get spotted regardless. So I don't know if this is important enough for us to work with. And then there's the engine size. I mean, our current military engine is 300 engine power. Now, that is for a size of 1,200 tons. Whereas this is currently 500 tons. If we bring it up to a similar size, or sorry, similar engine power. There you go, similar engine power. It's about 2/3 the size of our existing engine for the same engine power, which is kind of nice. Remember that any offensive fuel fleet needs at least 2 fuel transport for refuel and a supply ship for MSF. That's a great point, because one of the things is that you don't want your military ships to be big and heavy. You want them to be light and fast, which means they're not going to have a huge fuel capacity. Which means you want tankers, and you want colliers, and you want supply ships. If their missile went to 70 kilometers per second and hit that velocity very quickly, isn't it more like railgun loaded with atom bombs? I mean, yeah, maybe. Thermal Red says if you can shoot your enemies before them. I just have no baseline for trying to figure out where we should be. But yeah, I'll max out the engine power over here. And tell you what, let's get the engine to be exactly 1,000 tons. There we go. Hull size 20. It's going to be exactly 1,000. Which does lower the fuel consumption. Because I was going to say, I could always put more than one engine, but it would be better to have a single big engine than multiple small engines because of the fuel efficiency. Yeah, we could do some prototyping stuff. Out of curiosity, if we look back at our system patrol craft, they have a speed of 5,000 kilometers, which isn't bad. We might want to target something like 10,000. So we need something that, you know, weighs half as much or just has double the engine strength. Maybe I'll actually look more at the engine strength size of things. Just do like the biggest engine we can. Well, here's the thing. How do you dodge something at 70,000 kilometers a second? Their speed doesn't necessarily indicate their agility. If we're far enough away, all we have to do is move like 10 feet to the right, and it might miss us, depending on the proximity detonation of things. You know what I mean? But we don't, in theory, we don't necessarily have to move that far out of the way to get missed. Explosion chance 12%. This is if it gets hit. Yeah, game lore, you can't really hit a ship directly from a real distance due to evasion, so you don't need a nuke nearby to splash it. Yeah. Or we can have twin engines for redundancy. That's true. Yeah, we met something with missiles, 51 detonations. Yeah, it was like a quarter of C? About a quarter of the speed of light were these missiles, and they launched dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Dozens of missiles, they probably have good agility tech. Yeah, that's likely true. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to prototype this thing. I'm going to need a company name. So a new company, just in the nick of time, really, for what's going on for us, has suddenly developed a new type of engine, this magnetoplasma drive, which is unfortunately going to invalidate the AR Farazon Technologies ion drive that we've been relying on for the last little while. This is, we're going to get a prototype over here from the Reptile, I want some sort of pun about magnets or something. Reptile, what do we call the rest of this company? Dynamics. I mean, it's always good. Lowest Bidder Incorporated. Not this one. This is going to be a pretty high-end tech. Attractions. Reptile Magnetics. Stargate program. What's Magneto's name in Marvel? Oh, that's interesting. Arc Systems. Oh, I kind of like that. Reptile Arc Systems. And I'm going to put a year name in here because I'm going to start doing that. 2047. So that we know when various parts were designed. Because I think that's interesting. So, let's start by, we're going to prototype it. So now it's going to show up in here. If I refresh the technologies and allow prototypes to show up, there's this thing over here. Our destroyer is going to have this drive. We currently go at 17,000 kilometers a second. Could only burn at this rate for 15 days at full power. That being said, that might be okay. Because we're going to have tankers with this. We might want a little more fuel. We might not. I don't know. Now, for guns. Now, we design, for whatever reason, the turret design is a completely different window. Current tracking speed 10% gear is this, but then we can put a desired tracking speed over here. Tracking speed, fire control speed rating. Desired. Quad turrets would be cool. I mean, maybe. So, like, we might do that, but... It might have been a planet defense weapon that fired. That would sort of make a fair amount of sense. because if you don't have this, then it's based on your own personal speed, how quickly you can turret. But I mean, turrets are still good. We want these mostly for point defense. Now, the tracking speed, again, it's like relative to you, right? So theoretically, if something's coming straight for us, like a missile, we may not need a lot of tracking speed because it's mostly just, you know, pointing one direction. We're not trying to track something that's trying to dodge us this way, in which case we need to track at the same speed. But we probably need some still. Game is more than Dwarf Fortress. Oh yeah, no, it's way more complicated than Dwarf Fortress. Oh, there's the cannon. Oh, okay, so we're matching it with a weapon first. I mean, you'd almost want to design the weapon first then, right? If we went to lasers, we have our near ultraviolet. That's the only thing we've got. Capacitor, standard mount versus spinal mount. So, I mean, spinal mount, so it's built along the spine of the ship, and it can presumably just be a lot bigger. Yeah, max range goes up, needs more power and crew and things. Increases its damage, because it's getting a 25% boost, basically, to its size. Is effectively what's happening when it's spinal mounted. But I'm assuming a spinal mounted weapon can't be put on a turret, and we don't really need it to be spinal mounted, because we're mostly interested in this for point defense. We can shoot down nukes. Mesons are better. Important note, a ship will always have a minimum tracking speed equal to your base tracking speed, the sensor tech, not the turret tech. That means you can make engine-less satellites/pods that can still fire at reasonably fast targets. And you can only have one spinal-mounted weapon per ship. That makes sense. Well, 1 billion kilometers. What are we talking about for 1 billion kilometers? So, do we just design this laser? All right, let's design this. Literally, like, other than being spinal mounted, this is the best laser we can make. Tell you what, Reptile Arc Systems is also going to do the laser. Their technology can be adapted to various things. Arc Systems seems like a good name for a company that makes lasers. Okay, I'm going to insta-research this one so it can show up in the other things. Plus, mostly because it's going to be really cheap too, I assume. Right here, yeah. So let's insta-research that. We still have plenty of points left over. Now, that's one of the reasons I was saving points. So now, I'm going to need to close this and reopen this. There's the laser in here. So, okay. Well, we can think about it this way. Our ship is going to move. It's not going to move this fast. We're going to target about 10 kilometers a second, maybe, speed for a destroyer. It's going to be pretty fast. Let's assume, if the ships are just that much better than us, we're just screwed, period. So let's assume we want to be able to maybe shoot down ships that are about as speedy as us, which means maybe ships that are trying to dodge us by the side at a rate of 10,000. So that seems like a good number for our tracking speed. Hey, Reptile! First time getting my name picked, so his contribution to the fuel tank size fund. Thank you. Oh yeah, the missiles traveled 1 billion kilometers from the planet to your ship. Does not give us a lot of time to respond. But we're gonna have this turret created. That doesn't tell you what category of research it's under. Because I don't think it's under energy weapons. Oh, it is, never mind. Maybe because it's for a laser. Now that's single, but my plan is to maybe add 2 of these, so they can fire individually. Refresh tech. Laser. There you go. So that's just the laser attached to the ship itself, so the ship would have to turn, and then there's the turret system. Yeah, what kind of range does this have? Range. No, wait, that's a ship. Range 0 kilometers. Is this because we don't have a beam fire control? Range, 20,000 kilometers. Yes, okay. But we probably want an updated version, if we have the tech, of the fire control system. Was it this? No, beam fire control. There it is. So, our current one, that's the wrong button. Still the wrong button. This one is what I was looking for. Okay. And if I can find the correct window, go over here. Let me bring this back up. So, I think Henzu is still going to be the company for this. This is still going to be the Henzu Daka Corp. We're going to use their beam control system, but upgraded for the latest. So now, this one here would have more than double the range last time. Better tracking speed as well. Although, so this beam control could only track at 2,000 kilometers a second. The fact that this is slower than our turret is I'm assuming this is basically going to be the limiting factor. So that our turret going at 10,000 is overkill in turret design until we get better stuff here. Oh, if we increase the size of it. Okay, so first of all, that's the best. That's the best.